What's going on in the loop? It is Kenny from Chicago. Today we are in a very brisk, chilly Santa Claus, Indiana. We are here to check out Media Day for Thunderbird, their brand new B&M launched wing rider. So let's go inside and check things out. Alright guys, really cool shot here. If you've been here before, you know Voyage not very visible from anywhere in the park. You can maybe see the first hill. And this is an absolute beautiful shot of how Thunderbird kind of interacts with it. Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Good morning, my sister Lauren. Good morning. So we want to just give a quick thank you to a lot of people who played a big role in this project. First off, we'd like to thank the 3 generations who came before us, who literally paved the way for this project to happen. And we literally would not be here without the generations before us. Specifically, my dad. This was his dream, and it is a huge honor to see it come to life. Next, we would like to thank B&M, who created this beautiful piece of steel. Yes, please give them a hand. We also would like to thank PGAB, Jasper Lumber, Wire Electric, and of course all of our crews at Holiday World. They have been working tirelessly since last summer on this project. I was actually just up here yesterday looking around, and I literally wanted to hug like all the guys who were up here moving barrels and painting things. And I'm going to give a specific shout out to Tommy Johnson and his crew, because they were up here just yesterday painting benches and painting the Dippin' Dot stand, so you might want to be a little careful around some of the benches. Just kidding. But then lastly, we would like to thank you guys, the fans, the media. Without you, we would not be here. We would just have this really cool ride into a cornfield and be like, okay, what do we do now? So, without further ado, and I would like to give a big thank you to our auction winners. Obviously, donating to such a great cause, Give Kids the World. And now I'd like to turn the mic over to Matt Eckert, our president.
Thank you, Lauren. Once again, welcome to everyone today. I want to echo what Lauren said. Give Kids the World is a fantastic organization. Can you hear me now? All right, very good. So we want to give a special thank you to all of those who have donated to Give Kids the World. Give Kids the World is a 70-acre nonprofit tourism village located near Central Florida's most beloved attraction. At this village, children with terminal illnesses and their families are treated to a fantasy vacation for 1 week cost-free. After that vacation, they're issued a world passport for kids, and that allows them to visit theme parks and other attractions at no cost. Holiday World Scotch and Safari are very blessed and very honored to be a starter member of this program. With us today is Kaylee Rodriguez. Kaylee's over here with us. She's representing Give Kids the World. So if we could, let's give her a Holiday World welcome. And we would also like to welcome the winners of the auction, the proceeds of which went to Give Kids the World. We have those riders here with us today ready to take their first flight on the Thunderbird. So I think it's time to do a little countdown. You want to do that with me? 3 to go to 2. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. 3. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's start with 5.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Guys, we are walking through the queue, heading on to get our first ride. Just did their first launch. They got the first rider auction going on up there. We're gonna go and check it out for ourselves, see what it's all about.
It's lunchtime.
Hey guys, so we got some very important people here. We got Matt Eckert and Leah Cook. Congratulations guys on the ride.
Thank you.
On the big grand opening. We just got off of it. Very, very fun, very exciting ride. A couple of quick questions for you guys. So the process of building this ride and coming up with the idea for it, being a park traditionally with wooden rides, was it always your plan to go with the steel ride, or did this happen? Did it happen organically, or how did this process come about? The decision to go with this?
Sure. I think I'm gonna let Leah take this one. This one goes back to her father. I think that's where it all started. So I think it's good for Leah to talk.
Well, my favorite story is that I thought that I was going to get a steel coaster as a graduation present from high school. So around 2009, I was promised a steel coaster. I didn't end up getting it, but the process had been started before that, and we were talking about it for a long time. But yeah, we finally got to do it.
You got it. Just later. Late.
Kind of got to give it to myself.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. There you go.
So when it came time to actually start building the ride, was this the original location you wanted it in, or did it just work out this way? How did the location idea come about?
The designs were all kind of in this area from the get-go. If anything, the line of travel was intended to go the other way. So we're launching towards people now instead of ending towards them.
It's very fun with the interaction with Voyage over here. It's
Right. That's kind of why we knew that this was where we wanted, because I think here at Holiday World we really like to kind of intertwine and weave our rides amongst one another, because that creates an entirely different experience than you might find somewhere else. And we're very blessed to have the great wooded terrain and all the trees that we have, and we really try to take advantage of that.
Very well. Now, have you guys? I'm guessing you've ridden many times. Where's your favorite spot on the train to ride? You like front seat, back seat? How
I
is it?
think I'm front outside left.
Front outside left.
For the most part, me too, but I do like the front outside right on the launch.
Oh yeah.
For whatever reason, but then otherwise I like the front outside left. Very
I
well.
like it for the bar, front outside right.
Yeah.
The hands on the bar.
Right.
Well, we do appreciate you guys giving us your time, and congratulations again
Thank
today.
you so much. Glad you guys can come.
Not a problem.
Keep coming back.
It's Alex here with President Matt Eckert. So a question I had was this always going to be a launch coaster? Was Thunderbird always going to be a launch coaster, or was this something that just kind of came about in the planning process?
Sure, it kind of came about in the planning process. I've said several times, a steel coaster is something we've been talking about for probably 8 or 9 years, which I know a lot of our guests have said, oh, Holiday World will never build a steel coaster, that'll never happen, and we were kind of sitting back saying, I guess it will, and we're planning on it. But for us, we were all along we like to be very innovative. We like to do things that are kind of outside of the box, something new and fresh. And so we knew we were going to do a steel coaster, but we were kind of waiting. We were watching the industry to see when the timing would be right and what kind of coaster we wanted to build. So it went through several iterations at many times, and each time we're like, yeah, I just don't think that's right for us. That's not what our guests will appreciate. Then along came the wing coaster, and so we love the wing coaster. We love the concept. We think it's really fun, but yet still very family friendly. And so at the same time, we like to be different. So there's a lot of really great wing coasters out there. Santa Monica has a great one. Dollywood has a great one. And so we were talking with B&M. It's like, what can we do that's different? And so we said, we don't want a lift hill. We launched the cars out of the station, and they came back and were like, we could do that. So right there, we're like, man, that's what we're doing. We want to do something different. We want to stand out.
talking about.
That was actually the next question I was going to ask you. How much of like the coasters, like was there a checklist of things you guys wanted in this coaster, or did B&M kind of bring you designs and you kind of said, yeah, that looks good, or yeah, I don't like that, or something like that?
Sure, it's kind of a combination of the two. We're very blessed with where we're located. We knew that we knew the general location, we knew we wanted in this area, and we're very blessed with the terrain that we have. We're kind of nestled in the woods, and we like to take advantage of that. If you look throughout the park, we try to intertwine and interweave a lot of our attractions together, and we feel like that adds to the experience of the attraction rather than just being, a coaster out on a concrete pad somewhere. And so we knew we wanted to tie it into the wooded area that we have. We're in Thanksgiving, so we had to kind of come up with a good theme that would fit and kind of roll into that. And so we kind of just talked through with B&M, and then we also used PGAV to talk through some of the concepting and the thematic development of the attraction. So it was definitely a team effort between all three.
And speaking of coming up with things, how did the name Thunderbird come about?
That's a great question too. For the longest time, we're in Thanksgiving, so we struggled thinking, okay, what is a good name that will fit that wouldn't be too cheesy? So for the longest time, we went by the code name Big Turkey. This was the Big Turkey. And if you read through any of our emails, we shortened it down and went by BT15. Okay. Until we came up with the name. So finally, through research and lots of things that we did, the Thunderbird is actually a truth in the sense that it's a myth that was back in the day. The Pilgrims believed that there was this mythical creature that was able to generate thunder by flapping his wings and shoot lightning out of his eyes. You can go do research on it. This is legit, I promise you. And so as we were like, okay, well, wing coaster, it's like a bird, Thunderbird. The Thunderbird itself in the lore says it was basically the size of the train of our cars.
Oh wow!
So it was a very large bird. It's like, okay, well, to us, we think it was the Thunderbird then, that as the Pilgrims were making their voyage across the ocean, it was a Thunderbird that flapped his wings and made the waves and helped guide them to the New World. That's the story we're telling, and we think that it kind of all fit together, but it is in actuality, it was a belief of the Pilgrims back in the day. The Thunderbird was, so it just came together.
That's awesome that it goes with the theming too.
It does, and so we were able to tie it in, and I said this coaster, to me, I know I'm biased, but I think it's the best coaster on the planet, but then just the way the entire village here turned out, fantastic.
That was the last question that I was going to ask. Since it is right next to Voyage and it goes through Voyage, you said you like to have your coasters do that. Are there any challenges with that? Because it is sort of unique as it goes pretty much right over Voyages. Was that ever like a aerodynamic, not aerodynamic, but you know what I'm saying, like a planning stage, is it ever a problem or anything like that?
I wouldn't say there was any problem, but it definitely took a lot of detailed planning and the exact location where the foundation footers had to be, and to make sure that there was netting over the voyage to ensure that nothing was unsafe. So there was definitely a lot of planning going into making that happen. But again, I think it was an added element that fantastic.
So you had the 66-day campaign leading up to the announcement. How, in terms of like figuring out things for the 66 days, like was that kind of as you go, kind of adding things on, or did you have a plan and a phase of when things are going to be announced and that kind of thing?
We definitely had a plan for our 66 Days at Sea campaign, and I do think it was brilliant. I will give Paula props. It was a brilliant idea. So we knew that we were going to be announcing the attraction on July 24th, and we had to announce it that day because we were getting a shipment of steel the morning of July 25th. So we knew ahead of time that we've got to announce it on July 24th. So we then said, okay, well, it took 66 days for the Pilgrims to cross the ocean. Let's call our campaign 66 Days at Sea. And so each day, 66 days prior to July 24th, we started dropping hints then on our website every single day. Some of them were legitimate hints, some of them were red herrings, just to kind of throw people off. But it was so much fun to watch, all of our fans and all of the coaster enthusiasts trying to dissect what this was. And to this day, I'm still very, very shocked that no one ever fully figured out exactly what we were doing. And I'm very, very shocked and pleased that we didn't slip. Like, nobody let it out. Like, we
were able to keep it a secret that whole time. So it truly was a brilliant campaign. It was so much fun, and watching it unfold was great. Awesome.
So right here we have a real good look of the interaction area of Thunderbird and Voyage. You can see the netting, kind of fencing stuff covering Voyage. We were talking to Matt Eckert earlier, and he did say that they absolutely plan to run both rides at the same time, so there will be no issues there. Be able to ride both rides and hopefully be able to experience them interacting with each other live and in person.